My name is Paul K. Basten, and my watercolor is titled Into the Mists, Niagara Falls. I began painting in oil as a teenager. After college, I was pleased to sell over 125 impressionistic landscapes in oil during 3 summers of the Chicago Gold Coast Street Art Fair. During the middle years of my life, painting was put on the back burner as I concentrated on my professional career. After I retired, I began studying color and color theory through the water media books written by the highly respected American artist Stephen Quiller. I became intrigued by the possibility of being able to paint in watercolor. In 2008, I was privileged to be accepted into a Colorado workshop with Mr. Quiller and talk about total immersion. Steve is a most amazing artist, writer, and a truly great instructor. He inspired me so much that water media was soon my chosen medium. I have also long been inspired by the landscape paintings of the Hudson River School artists, foremost among them Thomas Moran. I saw his huge oil painting titled Mountain of the Holy Cross, which is over 5 feet wide and almost 7 feet high. I was totally blown away by his use of light, shadow, rushing and tumbling water, surface textures, and realistic details. Both Thomas Moran and Frederick Church have painted Niagara Falls. On my first ever visit to the falls 2 summers ago, I realized I had finally come upon an image of such immense scale that I just knew I wanted to interpret it in watercolor. First off, in approaching the falls, you don't see them or hear it, but as you get closer, the thundering volume of water appears like no sound I'd ever heard. Then you see the water. Unbelievable. I read on a nearby plaque that 100,000 cubic feet of water per second actually traverses the falls in summer. Wow, that's a lot of water. And then you become aware of the mists. The falls is kind of like generating its own weather pattern, with the swirling mist filling the chasm and enshrouding the boulders below. At the base of the falls, you catch glimpses of the cascading water, which quickly turns into a swift river with a wave-tossed turbulent current heading downstream fast. And looking back up to the top of the falls, check out the sprigs of plants and grasses hanging onto their rocky home for dear life. I was most intrigued by the brave little single branch jutting out of the shadow of the rock's edge, pushing its little cluster of remaining leaves up into the nourishment of sunlight. Into the mists, Niagara Falls, life continuing in a roar of falling water and its mists. If you'd like to see more of my watercolors, you can visit my website at www.bastenstudio.com. Thanks for listening.